Hello guys, Gisselle Journeys here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be narrating over some of this footage just to give you an idea of what we're looking at and just talk about my experience in Bangkok. So these are some Buddhist monks right outside my hostel. It was called Bedbox Khao Hostel in Bangkok, very near Khao Road. People give offerings to the monks for food early in the morning. This is typical all over Asia. Now I'm just exploring some side streets. I stumbled upon some guys training for Muay Thai. Many people train for Muay Thai, obviously. Foreigners fly in from all over to train there. And a cute little girl watching them as well. So many of you know that I went backpacking around Asia. What maybe some of you do not know is that it was my first real solo trip and my first backpacking trip. I had been traveling before in the past, but I always ended up meeting someone or staying with someone, inviting someone to meet me. So I would fly into the country alone. I spent portions of my trips alone. But this was the first trip that I had no plans to meet anyone I knew in the country that I was flying into. And it was definitely my first long-term trip. I've taken trips about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But that was the most that I had been on a trip, aside from Argentina where I had been visiting family. So it was my first solo backpacking trip. I landed in Bangkok on, I believe, the 19th of January 2018, and my plan was to backpack for 3 months around Southeast Asia and then fly back to New York City where I was living at the time. And that did not end up happening. I ended up staying out of country for almost 2 years. But that's a story for another day. So these are some side streets near Khao Road. I believe this is Rambutri Street or Rambutri Road. It is very touristy area. Bangkok's a very big city, and there's expats all over the place, as well as tourists. However, this is a major tourist area because of the popular Khao Road. So I just exploring the neighborhood here. So this is the infamous Khao Road. It is a walking street in Asia. Backpackers, it's very big with backpackers. And as you can see here, it's just packed with touristic stuff, to be honest. It's a lot of souvenirs and trinkets and clothes and some street food. Definitely check it out. It's a fun little walking street. However, realize, be aware that a lot of the prices on Khao Road, in my opinion, were jumped up. That's typical of any place around the world. If it's very touristy, the prices are probably going to be higher, and the same goes for this strip. But it's a fun street to walk down and just people watch and observe the life that is happening with the tourists. As we can see, that go to Bangkok.
Private flights, I'm a jet lagger. Beat you way, got no standard.
And this is Soi Cowboy Street. It is famous for its go-go bars. It has a red light district, which I did not film in. It's no cameras allowed, and even if they were, it's rude and inappropriate to be filming in those areas. I honestly felt pretty awkward filming this even. However, there's a lot going on. I was with a group of people and I just wanted to film the nightlife, not necessarily the girls on the other streets. So yeah, this is just a few clips of some nightlife on Soi Cowboy Street.
Argentina, que tache.
And this is some footage of me walking in the elevated skywalk area. The train systems in Bangkok are called BTS SkyTrain. It's the Bangkok mass transit system, and it's an elevated train that runs all throughout the city. And I stayed near the Sukhumvit station for 9 days on my way out of Bangkok, and this was just some scenes of the BTS near there. There was also a very large mall, shopping mall. It's definitely a very different area than the place near Khao Road. I personally like this area much better. It gives you a better idea of the different side of Bangkok and the more modern side of Bangkok. The area I stayed in near Khao San Road is just very touristy, and this gives you a different side of it, I guess. So, and then these last few footage clips are of me riding on the back of a motorcycle with a guy I met from Russia, crazy Russian driver, and we went cruising around. So yeah, it was a good time in Thailand. I'm not even sure how long I spent there in total, maybe 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks, but yeah, so it's definitely a fun city. I would love to go back to Thailand. I would go back to Bangkok. I would love to explore other parts of the country as well, so plan on doing that in the future when I'm able to. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this type of content, like and subscribe. It allows more people to find my channel and gain popularity and YouTube's algorithm stuff. So cheers. Bye.
Traffico, che.
No, they had the big bike. So